Okay, so let me take you straight to the moment that changed everything. Imagine you're at the airport, finishing a trip, bags packed, ticket in hand, ready to go home. But what if right there, something snaps? That's exactly what happened to Lars Mittank. He was a normal 28-year-old guy from Germany on vacation in Bulgaria when things went off the rails. One night he got into a fight over football, or so they say, and ended up with a ruptured eardrum. A doctor treated him, prescribed him an antibiotic, and told him not to fly home yet. His friends left on schedule. He stayed behind. Pretty ordinary so far, right? But then it all unraveled. Soon after, he started acting paranoid. He called his mom, whispering some bizarre things. He paced the halls of his hotel, hiding in elevators, refusing food, totally unlike him. A perfectly reasonable person suddenly terrified. And then came the moment that millions of true crime fans around the world have watched again and again. CCTV footage showing Lars running out of Varna Airport terminal, leaving every single personal item behind. No luggage, no passport, no phone. Just him sprinting toward the forest, climbing a fence and disappearing. No clue, no body, no trace. It sounds like something out of a movie, but it's real and it saturated the internet, earning him the title of the most famous missing person on YouTube. So today we will walk through what we know about Lars Mittank from his fight in Bulgaria to that final frantic sprint. We'll explore the key theories, everything from medication-induced psychosis to foul play. And we will talk about why, even now, more than a decade later, no one knows what really happened to him. Lars Mittank was a 28-year-old from Germany. He was an only child, very close to his mother, who's been tirelessly searching for him ever since he vanished. Friends describe him as a health-conscious, easygoing guy who wasn't really prone to taking any risks or even getting into trouble. This was supposed to be a fun holiday with friends, centered around a football match. And before all this, there was no sign of paranoia, no mental health issues, just a normal young man enjoying a trip, which makes what happened next all the more baffling. In summer 2014, he went to Bulgaria with a group of friends for a relaxing holiday on the Black Sea coast in the popular Golden Sands resort area. It is a popular seaside resort known for its beautiful beaches and lively nightlife. It's a favorite spot for the type of tourists looking to relax by day and then enjoy bars and clubs by night. Lars and his friends were there mainly for the football match, but they also wanted to soak up the summer atmosphere and just have a good time. And by most accounts, the trip was going well until the night of July 8th. At a local football match, Lars reportedly got into an argument with some local fans, which escalated into a fight. And during the scuffle, he suffered a ruptured eardrum. He was treated at the hospital in Varna, Bulgaria's third largest city, and he was prescribed an antibiotic called cefprozil. The doctor told him not to fly home. Flying with a ruptured eardrum is strongly discouraged because changes in air pressure during takeoff and landing can cause severe pain, dizziness, and even worsen the injury. The eardrum normally helps balance pressure between the ear and the environment, but when it's damaged, that pressure difference can lead to serious complications, infections, even hearing loss. That's why doctors usually, probably almost always, advised against flying until the ear has healed. So this was a completely standard procedure. It's something that any doctor would tell him. His friends all went home as scheduled, but Lars stayed behind to recover. And that's when things started to get strange. Lars began calling his mother in Germany, whispering paranoid things like people are trying to kill me and that he was afraid to leave his hotel room. He said someone might try to rob him and asked his mom to cancel his cards. He was also refusing to eat properly and take his medication. Then he moved to a different hotel, one closer to the airport. But even there, the hotel staff reported that he was acting erratically, running through corridors and hiding in the elevators. This was not typical Lars. His mother became seriously worried, as obviously any parent would be. She said he sounded terrified and paranoid. On July 8th, the day of the rescheduled flight, Lars went to the Varna Airport for a final medical checkup before flying home. The original doctor had told him to just check it just before, basically get a clearance to fly. And that was when another alarming thing happened. Witnesses say that during the appointment, a man suddenly entered the room and started speaking to Lars in a way that made him visibly distressed. Allegedly, Lars whispered to the doctor, "I don't want to die here," and just moments later, he bolted out of the appointment room. He ran across the airport to the parking lot, leaving behind all his luggage, his passport, his phone, everything. And that famous CCTV footage shows him sprinting towards a nearby forest, climbing a fence, and disappearing into the trees. And it was the last confirmed sighting of Lars. Following his disappearance, police and family launched an extensive search. And months later, the family was contacted about a body found in a nearby area. And for a moment, it seemed it could be Lars. But DNA testing confirmed it was not him. So the search continued. But despite numerous leads, no confirmed sightings or any evidence of Lars have ever emerged. So there are a few theories about what happened to Lars. People speculate about them to this day. I think one of the most prominent ones was medication-induced psychosis. The antibiotic cefprozil Lars was taking can, in rare cases, cause severe side effects like paranoia and even hallucinations. And a lot of experts suggest this could explain his sudden irrational fear and the whole escape. Then there was also the possible head injury effects. His ruptured eardrum might have caused brain trauma and basically lead him to confusion and panic. There's a lot of people who believe in foul play. Some suspect Lars was involved with some shady people, drug traffickers or criminals who might have targeted him, especially given his, odd behavior near the airport. Perhaps it wasn't paranoia and hallucinations. Perhaps he did have a reason to be truly afraid of something, or rather someone. That whole fight in the bar over football, perhaps that is somehow involved in this as well. Maybe he was there for another reason that even his friends didn't know about. This is obviously very far-fetched. There's no actual concrete evidence for this, but there's also no evidence to the contrary. And lastly, it could also be a mental health crisis. Stress from the injury, isolation, and paranoia could have triggered a mental breakdown. And that could also lead to another theory, which is that it was a voluntary disappearance. Some people speculate he chose to vanish to escape those perceived threats. Perhaps he was already not really happy about what was happening in his life. He did not feel like coming back from the holiday to the everyday reality, and he decided to run to that forest. This actually reminds me of another tragic European case of Magdalena Żuk, a Polish woman who also experienced strange behavior and mental health struggles during a trip abroad. Another young and healthy person with no previous history of any problems. And just like with Lars, things similarly just spiraled out of control with heartbreaking results. This case has a lot of CCTV footage as well. It sparked major controversies and many theories, from mental health breakdown to human trafficking and government cover-ups. I actually did cover her case before, so I will link it down below. Yeah, this is the story of Lars Mittank. The haunting CCTV footage that feels like a horror movie really does keep the story alive. All the unanswered questions and the mystery of what happened after he ran into the forest, if he perished due to elements, why they never found any trace of him. His story is shared and debated endlessly online, and for many, it's one of the most compelling disappearances of recent times. If you've heard anything or have your own theory about Lars, please share it in the comments. His family is still searching and hoping for answers. So let's keep the conversation going, and maybe, just maybe, someone will help bring some closure to this strange and sad case.